And welcome back to White Mountains. Today with us this morning, Brian Fairbank, owner of Cranmore Mountain, Jiminy Peak. Company also manages Bromley in Vermont. And Brian is being inducted into the U.S. Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame next weekend at the Omni Mount Washington Hotel. Class of 2020, a little bit induction delayed by COVID. But Brian, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a great morning.
Yes, it is. We got about 6, 7, 8, 10 inches here in Mount Washington Valley. End of Massachusetts vacation week, beginning of New Hampshire. I would imagine as a principal in the New England ski industry, it makes you happy.
Well, absolutely. And it's the first winter storm we've had in 2 years down at Jiminy Peak that's been productive for us. Coming in on a Friday and being ready for a weekend, especially during the holiday week. You know, it's what we needed.
Excellent. So you've known about this induction now for a little bit, class of 2020. Just out of curiosity, has your thoughts on the magnitude of this honor changed a little bit in the past year or so that you've known about it, since you've been able to think about it and people have talked to you about it?
Well, I can tell you it hasn't changed in the last year, but it sure has changed a lot in the last week. As I, prepare what I'm going to say that night, make it short and sweet, but, meaningful. And I literally woke up this morning saying, oh my gosh, it's a week away. Will I be nervous on Saturday? I'm excited about it.
Good for you. You of course you're known as sort of an early shepherd of renewable energy, the wind turbine on Jiminy, the solar facility as well. So let me just be direct. How has climate change impacted the New England ski industry?
Statistically, you can go look at the information that we get from our weatherman over 30 years, and it doesn't appear that there's anything that significant changing. But I would tell you, from being here for 53 years, I think the last 10 years have been the most challenging. Ice storms, which have had a bit more frequency than they've had before, a dearth of snow. It's been a difference. And I think the snowmaking opportunities need to take place in early November to seize every minute you possibly can before the Christmas holidays. And that's become an effort that we make that says, make snow anytime after November 1st, seize the moment.
Why did you buy Cranmore?
The company that owned it was called CNL. It was a REIT. And they had acquired Jiminy, and they asked us to please come up and do what we've done at Jiminy there. And my son was in the business with me and was really eager to say, I'd love to see another project because Jiminy's master plan is finished. And I was, just as enthusiastic about saying what we can do. But Cranmore is in an ideal location. When I look at North Conway and look at the numbers of tourists that go through there, and yes, there's some bigger mountains around us, but we can do some unique things that make us special.
That is true. Some changes, the new Artist Falls Lodge, the Fairbank Lodge is coming, the condos. So I guess how do you see Cranmore sort of a one-stop place? You come to Cranmore and you're able to spend your 2, 4, 7-day vacation there?
Absolutely. I think that's probably not realistic in that people will come and spend their 7 nights there, but they'll branch off to go to the restaurants. They'll branch off on a day when they're tired to go shopping. They'll visit the local area, and it will stimulate the economy, greatly, especially with the add-on of a hotel at the bottom of the mountain.
How do you compete with the Epic and Icon passes?
All three of our mountains have been around since the 40s. And what intrigued us about Bromley and Cranmore is it was very similar to Jiminy in that it had a staff that had been here forever and were loyal to the culture of the organization. And that makes a big difference in terms of what people expect from us in a season ticket experience. The the relationship they have with the employee becomes important. The relationship they have with the image of the property, because the property is a unique standalone and is not, disciplined to do everything. I'll call it as a cookie cutter. We actually at our 3 mountains have seen our season tickets grow, significantly the last couple of years, despite the Epic Pass. And I think the fact that we're there, we care about our facilities dearly, and we care about our guests dearly.
How has it been as an owner? I mean, you have Vermont, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. How has it been the challenges of COVID?
Oh boy, Vermont literally put an iron curtain around it last year, and it made it very difficult for Bromley to weather the storm. In fact, all of the Vermont ski areas were hurt. Cranmore was hurt also because our governor, Massachusetts, Charlie Baker, said, if you go out of state, you got to quarantine when you come back. And so that really created a softening for Cranmore, but not to the degree of Bromley. Ironically, Jiminy had one of its best years. And the reason for it is we had people from Boston come stay in our lodging departments that always go north. They don't come west in western Massachusetts, but literally more than 50% of our overnight business came from Boston.
And you've been in the industry for a long time. You cut your teeth, ski instructor and ski patrol and moving up to owner. So how does that help you as a leader? Because a lot of the nominations, a lot of the people who nominated you and wrote recommendations for your induction into the ski hall talked about your leadership. So I would imagine that that's an integral part of helping you be where you are, so you could identify with people and the different roles that they have within your organization.
Absolutely. I think the fact that I have done almost every job on the property, without hesitation, makes me be empathetic for what the role is for that employee. But I think my leadership also has been important on a national level. I got very active in the National Skiers Association, became the chairman, got the Lifetime Achievement Award from my brethren in that industry. And so I think the spirit of my passion for skiing kind of ripples forward in many ways.
How long are you going to keep Ben Wilcox around?
As long as Ben will, keep working, we're going to keep him around. We probably wouldn't have taken Cranmore if there hadn't been Wilcox. Well, he is a significant player for sure.
Well, as long as his wife Sue lets him work, I guess it's good.
Well, I pay her off on the side and find out what kind of wine she drinks. I've got her well taken care of. Excellent.
Good to hear. Anything else you'd like to tell our viewers about Cranmore and the upcoming Meister Cup and your induction into the ski hall?
Well, the Meister Cup kickoff in the mornings is going to be the last time it's going to be in the location that it's going to be, because the new building is going to take over in that particular area. And it made me just think about each of the Meister Cups that I've come up to welcome people in the morning. That snow mound is going to be in a different location going forward. I'm excited as can be about this transition. Cranmore has really old buildings that need to go through a transition in order to be able to give contemporary services to people. This is a big project. In fact, the Fairbank Lodge, which was advocated by Ben and team, not me, is it's going to make a huge difference in terms of what they can supply for guest services going forward. As far as the Hall of Fame, yeah. I'm just ecstatic about being inducted. It's been a long time coming because I've known for a year and a half, but you have to be patient.
Excellent. Well, Brian, thank you once again. Congratulations and all the best.
Okay. Have a good day, Marty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too. There you go. Brian Fairbank with us, and he'll be inducted into the Ski Hall of Fame next weekend. When we come back, some more Watch and Win, I think.